I got a two-way tie. The first one was I saw a friend of mine. I went to his apartment for the first time, and I had to use the bathroom. So I went in there, and without knocking, of course, I just opened the door, and someone was already on the toilet. And what I should have done is walked to the door and closed it and said nothing. But out of nervousness, or maybe because I thought it was funny, I said, do you need me to sit on your lap?
So what happened was I was out on what was going to be my last date with this guy, and I knew that after we watched this movie that I was going to say, you know what, this isn't really working for me, you know, friends, cool. So what happened was we went to go see the movie Hitch. I don't know if you know that movie, but basically it makes fun of every single line that you would ever try to pull out on somebody that you don't really want to date anymore.
That's my awkward goodbyes. Like every single bad date is an awkward goodbye. Whenever they're like, they try to go in for a smooch and you're like.
So my most awkward goodbye story would be when I was moving out of residence. I had a friend come over and he was helping me. And so he like met my parents and stuff, and that wasn't awkward enough because he's like, yeah, Sarah just phoned me to help her move out, which wasn't true at all. He had to pick up books that I borrowed from him. So my parents were out at the car, and I was going through like the suite like one last time to make sure I had everything. And he's like, I'll give you a hug now so it's not awkward in front of your parents. And then that just kind of like made it awkward.
So every time that I would think of a line that I was going to say, because obviously I'm thinking about this the entire movie.
Yeah.
It comes up in the movie and they're making fun of it. So it would have been awkward anyway, but watching that movie like before, having to do the deed.
Doubled up the awkwardness.
Yes.
Doubled it on there.
I would say maybe even tripled.
Tripled.
Yeah. So
I think that's accurate.
It was a bad goodbye.
We went back outside and I had to go drop my key off, and he was like with my parents. And then when I came back from dropping my key off, he was just like gone, and I was like, what? And it was really, really random.
I was at the gym this one time, and this guy came up and was talking to me, and we were just chatting and joking around, and before he left, he came to say goodbye to me. And so he said, like, bye, Jill, it was really nice to meet you. And instead of saying something normal like, yeah, it was nice to meet you too, or see you around, anything at all, I laughed, really awkwardly, sort of like this.
Second one was, I hadn't seen my friend in a while, and there's a girlfriend of mine, not a girlfriend, but a friend that's a girl. And you know when you go in for the handshake or hug, she went for the hug. I mean, I went for the hug and she went for the handshake. So as I went for the hug, she stuck her hand out and hit me in an area. And once again, when I should have, she said sorry, and once again I should have said it's okay or nothing. And instead I said, I'm not.